We're going to see now how we can use the verb have as an auxiliary or a main verb, and how to distinguish when it is main verb and when it is an auxiliary verb. So let's have a look at the different options or uses of the verb have as main verb. When it is a main verb, it works as any other verb. That's to say, it needs an auxiliary. If it is in the present, you need do or does to make questions negative. If it is in the past, you need did. And we do not use the contracted form. So here we have an example, some examples. I never have a shower in the morning. Here, have is main verb. Do you have the result of the exam? Main verb. She isn't having lunch at the moment. As you can see here, the verb have is not always tener, like meaning possession. Okay, here is ducharse. Tener el resultado de un examen, like receive, and almorzar. So it gets like a different meaning according to the word that follows it. Then it can mean possess or even suffer. When you talk about a physical pain, and you mean like a headache, I have a headache. I don't have a modern car, that's possession. Where does she have her keys? So it's very important to remember that when have is a main verb, you need auxiliaries, okay, to form it. Compare these examples, meaning possession and suffering, and you never use the verb in the continuous because you are talking about when it is possession on or suffering, you are talking about a state, how you are, how you feel. Whereas in the previous slide, we saw she isn't having lunch or even have a shower. They could have a continuous form because they are dynamic in these two examples. Then we have the have to as an obligation. When you talk about the obligation that comes from others and you transfer that and repeat that, I have to wear a uniform at school. Or remember, you have to return the book before next month. So these are things that are regulations. Don't confuse, but this is another thing. They have to and the must, okay? We need auxiliaries also, in this case, for the verb have to create interrogative or negative. Remember, like in any other case or any other verb. Then have, in the dynamic, here are more examples, as we mentioned before: have a shower, have a party, have travel, have fun. These are dynamic uses of have as a main verb. And then as an auxiliary, here have is not the main verb, it's auxiliary verb. We have the British version of tener, as in have got. The American English uses just have, like main verb. But the British use with the got that has nothing to do with the verb get. Nada que ver, no viene del get. Together with the have, they form tener. And you can contract the verb here. You say, I've got a car. They haven't got computers at school. And for the interrogative, you use it as the auxiliary verb. Has she got a dress? No other auxiliaries because you already have the have as the auxiliary. And then have got to for obligations. I've got to finish some paperwork for tomorrow, okay? Remember that when you speak about have got to or have to, you are talking about rules that someone else has asked you to. And then last but not least is when we have forming the perfect tenses. Like I have never been to Brazil. Here have is also auxiliary and is used to create the present perfect. Remember that here the translation is not tener, here the translation is el verbo haber. Nunca he estado en Brasil. Well, I hope the explanation has been more than enough. You like the video, subscribe to the channel, gives us likes and comments. That helps us a lot to continue providing more and more help. I help you, you help me. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. See you next video.